Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to another reading. So, making a return is a type of reading I used to do on this channel, but we revamped it a little bit. But I'm glad to say that we have another pick a card reading for you today. I know it's been a while. Those of you who've been subscribed for a while know that I used to do these back in the day. And I thought it would just be a really fun way to mix things up and do an emergency reading. And the focus of this one is it's going to be what is hidden, what needs to come out, what needs to be revealed. So you can kind of think of it like an emergency reading, in a way that we'll be just trying to get clarity on some unanswered questions that you have, any concerns that you may have about a situation that's about to unfold. This reading can definitely be used for that. The way this one is revamped is I used to just live shuffle, but this time around I pre-shuffled and split our groups here. I haven't looked at the cards, so I don't know what's in here for either one. And we'll start with the one on the left, which is this really pretty red flower. I think it's a hibiscus. I could be wrong. You're more than welcome to correct me on the type of flower in the comment section if this is not a hibiscus. I'll bring it a little bit closer. But I was driving down the street and it looked really pretty, so I just picked it. And group number 2 is this other pretty bunch of flowers here. Not really sure what type of flowers these are, but you can see some of the buds have bloomed and others have not. So those are our two groups for our emergency reading. What's being hidden from you, what needs to be known. So I'll leave those two for just a few short moments longer. If you already have your group in mind, go ahead and skip ahead. The timestamps will be in the description box. Let's get started. Okay. Group 1. Put the flower up there. So there's quite a few decks in here. There's a lot of variety, but I thought the more the merrier. The more variety we get in here, the more cool this reading will be. So in the Signs and Skymates Oracle, we have Cancer to Cancer. So this could be a relationship relating to two cancers, or just one Cancer in particular. Someone could be Cancer dominant. We'll look at the card a bit more closely when we get to it. We got Caution. Make sure that's focused. Caution. And this is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Also from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, we have Seduction. In the Boundaries Oracle deck, we have What Are Your Values? Also from the Boundaries Oracles, we have What Is Your Truth? From the Gypsy Oracle, we have Consolation. These are some descriptive cards. I'm going to pull those in a second, but from the Hermetic Tarot, we have King of Wands, King of Cups, Page of Wands, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Magician. From the Shamanic Medicine Oracle, we have Crystals, Amplification, Air, Creativity, and And we also have cave, retreat. And from the Law of Attraction Oracle, we have, I divide each day into segments of intentions. I'll read that in a sec. And from the Angel Tarot, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So, lots of variety and good stuff. Now let's talk about what's here, about what needs to be known, what needs to come out. It's a little bit all over the place. And there's a lot of decks involved, so absolutely that could have something to do with it, but that could also have something to do with the energy. And let's start. We'll start top left. So, Cancer to Cancer relationship. Cancers, if you know any or if you are one, they're considered to be mystical healers. They're very good at reading each other's minds. And one thing to know about them is their strength and sensitivity are equally impressive. So this could be a Cancer that's fairly central to this reading or important, or someone who has those particular characteristics. Cancer is also the mother of the zodiac, so this could also be about a parental relationship in some way, shape, or form. Someone here is feeling shortchanged, like they're being taken for granted, like they aren't being valued, they aren't being seen. And I think that there's something that you're being lied to about. And this looks like a very old lie or a very codependent relationship where someone seems to tell you what they feel like you need to hear. And it's done in a way where it makes you question your way of thinking. It makes you question how rational you are and how grounded you are and connected to the truth. When you bring things to their attention, your concerns aren't always taken seriously. You have to tread carefully with this person. You have to choose your words wisely. And it's not because you want to be that way, it's because of how they make you feel about your truth. It's crazy. It's like you know and they know that they aren't being honest, but God forbid you call them out. If they do budge and hear you out or listen to you, it always ends up feeling like they're doing it in spite of, like there's something very unfulfilling about it. Their response to you is not as good as it could be. Their response to you is not as receptive as it could be. The exhausting part about it is you tend to want to try. And this isn't a reading just about Cancers. So if you don't know one, first we all have every sign in our chart. But it could just be that energy that is being displayed here, that you're embodying this energy of being one who's very welcoming and receptive and willing to try. I don't know why I'm getting a little teary-eyed while doing this. You want to be seen as more than just a pretty face or how you look. You want to actually be listened to. And what's unfortunate about some of the topics you want to talk about, it's like they seem as though they're off limits or like they're taboo to discuss because of how intractable these topics are. They burn to the touch. And in so many ways, you know that if an understanding were reached, things could be better. If they were willing to invest, if they were willing to put forth the effort. But the truth is they don't want to, or they're unwilling to, or it's inconsistent. You're dealing with someone who doesn't have a good memory, and they don't have room, they don't have space for a narrative that's different than their own, for a perspective that's different than their own. And it's like you're trying to teach them, it's like you're trying to fix them, and you're trying to get them to see reason. You're trying to show them how to be emotionally intelligent. You're trying to show them how to use their words and communicate. That things don't have to be as difficult as they're making them out to be, that we have the ability to be creative. That anything can be discussed, anything can be talked about if we are willing to take even the smallest steps in the right direction. They say that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And in that light, you can't want to fix someone or want better for someone more than they want that for themselves. There are ways that you can heal and heal properly when you're trying to reach an understanding with someone who doesn't want to try, and you maybe feel like you still need that closure. Well, I think you can take you can release some of the tension when you accept that whoever this party is, they aren't stupid. The concepts you're trying to explain are not difficult to grasp. You aren't asking for too much. It's just they don't want to meet you there. And you have a couple questions to ask yourself about how you feel about your values and how connected are you to your truth and to your version of the story. These are things that you must cling to and that you must not forget, even in the face of someone who's going to make you feel as though you're crazy, because they don't want to take accountability and they don't want to change. There's quite a bit of debate about whether or not people really can change, and I think they can. I just think that that initial step of wanting to change is so major. And if they are unwilling to take that step, then it doesn't matter how much you talk to them. It doesn't matter how wisely you choose your words. It doesn't matter how sound your argument is. They will not hear you. And they will continue to take advantage of you and continue to drain your energy, knowing that they are who they are and they aren't going to change for anyone. Let's look at the Law of Attraction Oracle. And this says, I divide each day into segments of intention. The point from which you are consciously perceiving, that point is a segment. Your day may be divided into many segments. It is not necessary to have a rigid schedule of segments, but it is important that you clearly identify when you are moving from one segment of intentions into another segment of intentions. These thoughts you have, your version of the story, your version of the truth, that can get stronger day over day. And what you desire does have the potential to change. And it's okay for your desires to change, and you shouldn't blame yourself if something or someone that you once wanted so badly you now detest. That was a previous segment, a old segment of perceiving, and you're in a new segment now, one in which you're seeing things from a different perspective, and therefore you want different. Don't accept any consolation prizes. Don't settle. If you know that you deserve better, which you do, you deserve the best. If you feel as though you aren't getting that, just know there is a life out there you can have where you can have better. Looking at the identifying cards, we have business. This could be concerning work. Courage. It does in fact take a lot of courage to choose yourself and to not allow how much love you have for someone, or your desire for affection and acceptance from them, your desire. It doesn't matter how much you desire to placate them or to avoid conflict. It takes a lot of courage to risk all of that for the sake of better. isolation. We got Cancer, which is triple confirmation. It came out again here. Libra, the number 7, joy. We'll end this there. If you like this, let me know by hitting that like button, and you're more than welcome to subscribe if you'd like and have a play on the channel. Check out some of the other videos. Drop a couple ideas in the comment section about pick a cards you'd like to see in the future. Till next time. All right, group 2. Let's take a look at what you need to know, what is hidden. In the Signs and Sky Mates deck, we got Taurus, Aquarius. Oracle of the Radiant Sun, we have Harmony, Idealism, Protection. I'm hearing you have to fight for your right to party. If you could change one thing about your family, what would it be? In the grocery store, the person next to you in the produce aisle sneezes without covering their mouth. What would you do? This is a boundaries deck, by the way, so it poses questions about situations you could find yourself in, and it just really wants you to think about how you would respond in those situations. It's about the boundaries that you've set. Next we got Letter from the Gypsy Oracle. This one is, we did the Egyptian Tarot for this one, and it starts with the Star, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and 3 of Cups. We'll take a look at these in a sec. From the Shamanic Medicine Oracle, we have Earth, Nurture, and we have Medicine Wheel, Continuation. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. Tarzan energy. From the Angel Tarot, we have the Page of Cups. And from the Law of Attraction Oracle cards, we have I will not attempt to control others' experiences. Okay. So there's a lot here about respect for personal beliefs and personal boundaries and personal space. A respect for that in other people, but also a respect for your own. Not really wanting anyone to infringe upon those, and your ability to stick to your guns in that regard. It's going to bring about some good news, I feel. There are times with this particular group where it might seem like you're hypercritical of yourself, or you think that other people are being critical of you or criticizing you, and it's because you're there's also something here about needing to be a perfectionist, but also wanting to be a free spirit and to do your own thing. So Taurus and Aquarius, this particular relationship combo is one's the rock star and one is the rebel, where you'll find them fiercely debating each other. What you'll remember, now you see them, now you don't. You could be one of these signs or be in a dynamic that is similar to one described in that particular card. And it looks like it could be someone really close to you. You reap what you sow. And I think that if you're the kind of person who creates an environment where others can be themselves, where you allow people to express themselves and to take up space without judgment, I feel as though you'll find those same type of environments being created for you. There are relationships here that will have the potential to get deeper because of your approach. They're relationships in which you're going to feel appreciated, loved, respected, cared for. If this message is resonating with you and you know that you're doing that and you are that kind of person, I feel confident saying that you should continue down that path. You should keep doing that. It's obviously been serving you well. You're appreciated for it. There may be someone or people in your past who miss this positivity about you, this positivity that you radiate. When in your energy, you have this way about you where you make the people closest to you feel protected. And it's really important that you are in environments like those too, where you're allowed to just be yourself. If you want to dance around and sing a song, you can do that without being looked at like you're weird. If you don't have anything to say and you'd rather just be in your own energy and kick it, like, that's okay. You don't feel pressured to be anything to anybody or do anything for anyone. You're just allowed to be who you are in that particular moment. Your decision as far as how you want to live and how you want to show up is respected because you aren't infringing upon the rights of other people. It's a very cool way to be. I'd say that we definitely have a lot in common, group 2. I could tell there was something special about you when I was pulling these cards out. And in some ways, in quite a few ways actually, there's less to talk about in this group because I just don't think that there's a whole lot to unpack here. This group has done a lot of healing and everybody has baggage, everyone has things that they've been through, but this is a group where you've genuinely worked through it, and I don't think that there's a lot that's hidden from you. It's hard to pull the wool over your eyes and to deceive you. I just think that people want to be cool with you, and the people who don't want to be cool with you and who want to give you a bad time, they just have God punishes them for that. The ones who don't respect your space, don't respect your individuality, and they attempt to make you conform or make fun of you, it doesn't end well for those people. Taurus, double confirmation. December. Haters. Yeah, we were definitely talking about that. Trust issues. Green eyes. March. So you could be a March baby or dealing with someone who is born in March. Also, the name Mark comes to mind. The book of Mark also as well could be significant. That environment that you are so dedicated to create, I think that you're very aware of when someone is trying to infringe upon that, and you don't really give them any attention or buy into it or feed into it. You just kind of let them exhaust themselves. It's really hard to crack you. It's really hard to phase you. And it's because you know who you are, group 2. Let's read this Law of Attraction Oracle. Rather than trying to control the experiences of all others, which you cannot do no matter how hard you try, instead, intend to control your own participation within those experiences, and by setting forth your clear image of the life you want to live, you will be guided in every moment toward a smooth and pleasant path for yourself. So it's about flowing free, and it's about letting other people be who they are and knowing that it's okay for you to be who you are, and understanding that you do deserve to be respected. We don't get to choose the family we're born with, but we do in fact get to choose which environments we find ourselves in later on in life. It's a very powerful thing to be able to say, no, I want different. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to be around you because I don't feel like you're good for my energy. I feel like you're disturbing my peace, and the environment that you're creating is counterintuitive to everything that I've healed through. This is the way those of you in group 2 think. There's a consistency about it. It's second nature to you. I don't think that you need to try to be this way. I just think that you've been conditioned to create safe spaces and to respect safe spaces, and I think that you always find yourself in them because they have this kind of gravitational pull on you. You're not the type to stay in uncomfortable situations for long, and if you are in an uncomfortable situation, I find that you're actively planning, or at the very least, there is, because you know who you are, there are some really nice things happening with boundaries there, and you don't allow yourself to be consumed by the environment that is unhealthy. You don't allow yourself to be steamrolled or overwhelmed. I hope this helped, and I hope you found this fun and a nice change of pace. Remember to like if you enjoyed this, and subscribe as well. Join me on this journey. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.